Hello, Jim. I am Christina, and I would like to talk to you about a few labs that were ordered for you. We got the results back for your liver function test, which was one of the tests that were done. And I would just like to go over a few results with you and some notes that I took over the results. Do you know anything about the liver test? If not, it's okay. Not much. Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm gonna go over as best as I can with you and tell you what everything means. So we're going to start off with your aspirate aminotransfer. A normal range would be 10 to 40 units per liter. You came in about a 23, which is really good. Just symptoms to note: if you do have increased levels, you will notice some weakness, some jaundice, which would be yellowing of the skin or even like the whites of your eyes. You could also experience some abdominal pain. Symptoms for decreased levels would be muscle weakness, low energy, or difficulty with protein metabolism. Right now, I wouldn't focus about any of those just because your levels were good. Next, we are going to talk about your alanine aminotransfers. You came in at about 44 units per milliliter, which is slightly elevated. Normally, it would be 10 to 40 units per milliliter. So just because you do have increased levels, you could experience jaundice, which is again yellowing of the skin or the eyes, lost appetite, or some dark colored urine. I wouldn't be too worried about this right now, just because you are just right out of the range. I will let the healthcare know about it, and we probably will do some further testing in the future, but right now we're not going to worry about that. Next would be your alkaline phosphatase. You came in at about a 38 units per liter, which was slightly low. Normally it is about a 40 to 130 units per liter. Just because it is a little bit low, you may notice some numbness, and it is a possibility that you do have a magnesium deficiency or a zinc deficiency, which we will do further testing to figure that out. When we do get your levels back up, you could notice some jaundice, yellowing of the skin, some bone pain or itchy skin. That is if you do go outside of the range. Next would be your direct bilirubin. Normal ranges are less than 0.5 milligrams per deciliter. You came in at about a 0.3, which is really good on our scale. Just some things to know: this is to check for bile duct blockage. Some symptoms of increased levels would be jaundice, dark urine, or pale stools. And then some decreased levels are often no symptoms at all. So we'll just have to pay attention to that. But you are really good on the scale, so I wouldn't be too worried about anything like that. Next would be your total bilirubin. You came in at exactly 1.0 milligrams per deciliter. A normal range is 0.1 to 1.0 milligrams per deciliter, so you're right on the edge of that, which I still wouldn't be too worried about. Just in case your levels do increase though, just noticing of any jaundice, yellowing of the skin, or itchy skin, or even fatigue. Some decreased are really rare, so pretty much I would just pay more attention to see if you notice any jaundice or if you're itchy at all. Next, we're going to do your albumin. Normal ranges are from 3.5 to 5.0 grams per deciliter. You came in at 3.2, which is a little low, so you may notice some edema or some poor wound healing and some fatigue. You are right below the level, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. If you do experience any of this, just let your healthcare provider know. And then last but not least would be your total protein. You came in at 4.3 grams per deciliter, and a normal range is 6.0 to 8.3 grams per deciliter. So you were a little low on that one. You would notice some edema, muscle wasting, or brittle hair and nails. We will keep an eye on that, and we will need to do some further testing. Right now, I would say everything is pretty okay. I would just keep an eye on your protein. Other than that, everything seems to be well. Thank you again. If you have any questions, just let me know.